Hello, dear Leo. I'm Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your July 2021 horoscope. And first of all, I will get to say officially happy birthday to you at the end of the month. So happy birthday, Leo. And let's just start with what we know for the beginning of July. We have Mercury, which is now direct, and I know everybody is celebrating quite a bit. However, we're not quite out of shadow until the 8th. So we've got to get through the first 8 days of July. And we're starting out that first week of July with some tension. We've got an opposition between Mars and Saturn and a square between Mars and Uranus. And then also the Sun in Cancer squaring off with Chiron in Aries. And that's on July 4th. So that first week is going to be littered with oppositions and squares, which do in astrology offer tension points. The opposition is like that seesaw where we go from one end to the other in order to find balance. And then the square is that challenge point, if you will, where we may feel conflict, but let's just look at this opposition and conflict situation, that extreme bungee cord, if you will, with this tension point, that what it can do is it allows us to roll up our sleeves, get in the dirt, and work really hard to build something that is long lasting and sustainable, because we're in the process of creating this new reality. And so it may mean for you, dear Leo, especially with Mars in that first house, is that you're driven, you are passionate about sharing who you are and saying, I matter, I deserve to be at this table, I deserve to have that job, I deserve to have that relationship. And I want people to see the light inside of me, the things that I do really, really well. And yet Saturn is sitting in your 7th house, really asking you to testing your relationships, testing your partnerships, and not just romantically. This is also in business, right? Maybe you want to partner with a new team. Maybe you want to partner with a new idea. And maybe there is a business opportunity that you need to partner with, and you're having to play by their rules. It's possible that if you're talking about a romantic relationship, maybe that's what you're dealing with, Leo, that you're restricted by that person, that other person's situation at the moment. Saturn puts in boundaries, it puts in restrictions and rules, not to harm us, but to tell us, hey, if we can play within these boundaries, then we can find the freedom that we ultimately are looking for, and that those boundaries can help us feel safe and secure as we bump around, right? You know, there's this quote that I keep on my computer screen is, if I didn't have boundaries, how would I know if I was falling or flying? And so this is why it's important to have these kinds of structures in place. It also is a good indicator that if you're looking at it from a relationship standpoint, that you may have this great desire to set these boundaries and these structures in the form of, say, engagement or marriage, or possibly, you know, bonding together to buy a home. Those are all different rules in which you have to play by, or institutions that you are engaging in. And you may need to take the lead role in that. And that's where this Mars-Uranus square, as well as the Mars-Saturn opposition, can serve you. So this first week of July could be where you're making decisions. Now that Mercury is out of retrograde, you can make decisions a little more confidently, and because you know the rules in which you need to play by, so that you can make a better decision. With the Mars and Uranus square going on, this is going to be in that 1st and 10th house. So it may be that in order for you to feel confident that you can make these decisions and to lead the way, that you suddenly get a change in your vocation, or some information comes in that allows you to say, now I can plan for the future because I have this, I've worked really hard to put myself out there with the authority figures, with those that are decision makers themselves. And now they're looking at me and they're saying, yeah, you're that person, you're the go-to that I want in this leadership role. it is also going to offer you a chance to maybe heal any sort of wounds around how you may show what I want to say, dumb yourself down or make yourself smaller, that you've probably hopefully been working really hard on knowing your value, knowing your worth, and that here comes an opportunity for you to say, I am worthy. I deserve to be here because, and that can heal some very deep wounds that you may have had around, don't want to be too big because somebody may get offended or somebody may make fun of me or whatever that wounding might be. And so here's where, again, that square energy comes in to say, yeah, some people may not see you for who you really are. So you're going to have to toot your own horn. You're going to have to be your greatest advocate. There's also that feeling with Mars-Saturn opposition where you're ready to go. You want things done. Patience is not a virtue. And Saturn says, you got to be patient, especially if you are working through some sort of relationship dynamic. We have a new moon in Cancer on July 9th. This is going to be in your 12th house. That will also bring up maybe some hidden mystery, some hidden spiritual mindset. Maybe it's some fears or worries that you just didn't know that were there. Now with this new moon in Cancer, it can lead you into self-love. It can lead you into this radical self-compassion and deeper, beautiful healing that you can offer yourself and others. And it may also find you wanting to retreat a little bit so that you can kind of regroup and replan and make sure that you have all the information that you need to make an educated decision as the weeks go forward, especially as Mercury enters Cancer on July 11th, and Jupiter will be trining Mercury trining Jupiter here, and this is in your 12th and 8th house. And so these two houses are going to be talking to each other, and this has a lot to do with that behind the scenes kind of conversations that are happening. And it can activate, if you're hopefully your trust and faith in the other entities. Because in that eighth house activation, you're dealing with other people's resources. You're dealing also with bonding at a deeper level. And so if you've been waiting for that new job offer, you've been waiting for that loan to come through or to settle on, say, an inheritance or estate, this is the time where you can find what you need in order to do that. And a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. It's not so much that you're going to be able to announce to the world, hey, this is the things that I'm doing. It's more of like you and maybe your partnerships, or you within yourself partnering with spirit is saying, I can trust my intuition on this. I believe this is the direction I need to go. And so more one-on-one conversations of who do I need to bond with in order to move my agenda and the things that I really need forward. Because this is not necessarily a time with this new moon and then Mercury in Cancer for you to stand on a stage. I would say that July 9th through the 13th, it's really about you having some quiet time, regrouping and giving yourself maybe just some self-love, taking yourself to a retreat or a spa, or going on a vacation with your beloved and just taking some time to yourself, maybe being by the water, which would really feed you. July 13th, we've got Venus and Mars in your sign. It's been in your sign for the month of July, and they're going to be canoodling in that first house, bringing you some wonderful opportunities and attracting to you some very sexy vibes. So if you are single, Leo, and you want to attract this new love, put yourself out there around this time. Also, if you are bonded, if you're in a committed relationship, this is a great time for you and your beloved to bond even deeper, to have some very powerful connection. And also, I sense that your beloved is going to want to give you all kinds of attention and affection and gifts. And it's possible, if you've been waiting for that deeper commitment, that this is a time where that proposal can happen, that, hey, let's move in together, let's meet the kids, whatever it might be that defines that bigger commitment for you. And most of all, this time in the second to middle of July is a time where you're going to have more fun. You're going to find more pleasure, that people are going to naturally gravitate to you and look to you for your leadership, but also for your humor and for the way in which you uniquely do what you do. And that's going to inspire them. You're going to be that inspiration for others. We also, of course, have the sun moving into your sign on July 22nd. Venus will move out of Leo and into Virgo. So your first and second house is going to be activated, and it is going to offer you the chance to be able to not only shine, but to be of great service to others, as well as find a bigger commitment or a bigger opportunity when it comes to your income. So if you are applying for a job, like I say, this is a beautiful time for you to be able to receive that income. Plant the seeds at the beginning of the month of July, go on the interviews, have the conversation, and you are a cosmic favorite here to be hired. We have an Aquarius full moon on the 24th of July. It is going to have a trine with Mercury and Neptune during this time in your 7th house. Then your 12th and 8th house is also active. So if you are looking to partner with somebody, you're looking to connect and spend time with the beloved, or you're wanting to release and let go of some restrictions that you may have had when it came to connecting with them. Maybe their schedule was super busy and you two are just like ships passing in the night. This is a wonderful opportunity for you guys to get together and to spend some fun time together, just playing and exploring life, and also maybe having some connection on a higher level as well. Aquarius rules that higher mind. So it may be that you just decide you want to go and play for the sake of play. And you'll have the resources, you'll have the funding, if you will, and the support of your partnerships in order to make that happen. Now, there is an indication if you're struggling in your relationships with that Aquarius full moon in your 7th house, this may be a time where you do let go of certain friendships. Maybe it's a romantic relationship. It could just be the idea, because Aquarius is very much about the ideas. It could just be the idea of relationship that you finally let go of, and you create this space for the universe to say, here's somebody that is ready for relationship, that isn't just stringing you along. We also have Mercury moving into your sign on July 28th. This is going to be a wonderful time for you to be able to communicate your worth and to be able to offer who you really are, sharing it with the world, being on stage. Maybe some of you are in the fashion industry, maybe some of you are in the acting business, this maybe the speaking circuit. This is a wonderful time to reignite some of that passion and the ideas that you want to share with others, because maybe you are that inspired leader and people need to align and be inspired with your ideas, especially because we have Jupiter retrograding back into Aquarius on this very same day. And so you may find with Jupiter in that 7th house that you're going to have an increase of people and activity that want to partner with you. They hear your ideas, they see the way that you lead, and they're like, I want to align with that Leo. The other thing is we have Mars moving into Virgo, so it moves out of your sign on July 30th and into your 2nd house, further energizing your income stream, your values, your possessions, the things that you have a tangible physical connection with. And with Mars here, you may be driven to organize it. So this is possible that you may look at your salary, or you may look at the work that you're doing or the items in your home, and you're determined to find ways in which you can increase it so that you can be of greater service. If you're in the service industry, you may be working some overtime starting in the month of August, and that could conflict with some vacations. So definitely have those conversations if you are increasing your workload, or you are allowing yourself to maybe spend some time organizing things. This is where it could create some frustration if your income or the things that you want to or that you deal with on a regular basis kind of get in the way or distract you. So you may be really driven and focused towards the end of July to get your life organized, so to speak, so that then you can be of greater service to others. And so you can continue to enjoy some playfulness and some fun. There's also an indication that some of you who've been waiting on pets, per se, to adopt and to bring home, this is a wonderful time for you to finally bring that precious one into your home life. Some of you may also be having children at this time, and that gives you an opportunity to be able to share your wisdom, your leadership, and to parent the children in a way that feels really in alignment with who you are. All right, Leo, I certainly hope that this helps. If you need me, find me at jamiedawn.com. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting, and I look forward to seeing how July goes for you. Take care, dear Leo.